That one. You see it? The really bright one next to the weird zigzag shape? That's not a zigzag. That's Cassiopeia. It's shaped like a W. Looks like a zigzag to me. That's because you don't pay attention in class. Why would I? I've got you to tell me everything after. Here, I made this in arts and craft. Nora Bennett said it was the worst one in the class, but I told her it's not about being pretty, it's about being strong. I triple knotted it, so it'll never come off. Never? Never ever.
Thanks for listening.
Whoa, dude, you look totally not like you. Who are you and what did you do with Lila? Come on, bro. Dance floor's calling. You didn't have to go through all this trouble, Lila. We're not fancy people.
I want to show you something.
Yeah, cool sunset.
Leela, sweetheart, how long are you going to keep doing this to yourself?
Doing what?
You know exactly what. When are you going to tell that boy how you feel? You've been saying that since middle school. The right time doesn't come to you. You go to it.
I will, when the time is right.
Okay. I have news. Huge news. Life-changing news.
What?
I got it. The job in New York. Apex Athletic, their marketing trainee program. I start in 3 weeks.
Elliot, oh my God, that's...
Yeah. Hey, babe. Yeah, it's official. I got it. I know, right? Tonight? Absolutely. Can't wait. Yeah, me too. Okay, see you soon. Bye.
Elliot, the Q3 campaign direct is on your desk. Everything Lucian, board loved the concept.
They should. It's the best work we've done this year. Tell Sarah to push the launch to Friday. I want it live before the weekend cycle.
The golden couple. Okay, what about that one? The one with the little pendant. Serena loves delicate stuff.
It's beautiful. She'll love it.
You think? It's not too simple? I want her to know I actually thought about it, you know?
Trust me. When someone gives you something and you can tell they really thought about it, that's what matters.
See, this is why I need you. You get this stuff. You get me.
Your girlfriend has wonderful taste, sir.
Her? Oh, no. She's not my girlfriend. She's my buddy, my ride or die. She's basically my brother in a girl's body.
That's me. Just one of the guys.
You shouldn't be. Okay. I can't hold it in anymore.
You've been twitching since we sat down, just tell me.
I'm gonna ask Serena to marry me.
Wow. Elliot, that's a big step.
I know, right? I've been thinking about it for months. She's the one, Lila. I can feel it. I mean, she's smart, she's driven, she's, you know.
Yeah, I know.
So, what do you think? Honestly, you're the person whose opinion matters most to me. You always have been.
She'll love it.
I'm throwing an engagement party. Saturday, the rooftop at the Meridian. You have to be there. Promise me.
I promise.
Lila? It's 2 a.m.
The engagement party, Saturday. I'm going to tell him the truth. I've been not sure for 15 years, and look where that got me. If I don't say it now, I'll spend the rest of my life wondering, are you sure? And if he doesn't feel the same way, then at least I'll know, and I can finally stop waiting. Never ever, right? You know the words, just say the words.
Oh my god, love your dress. Who is it?
I made it. Shut up! You have to give me your card. Thank you. Excuse me, I need to...
Leela! You made it!
Elliot, I need to talk to you. Alone. Can we...
Yeah, of course. Is everything okay? So what's up? You sounded serious.
Elliot, I need to tell you something, and I need you to let me finish before you say anything. Can you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I have been in love with you since I was 12 years old. Not the friend kind of love, not that you're like a brother to me kind. I mean, I have spent 15 years of my life waking up every single morning and the first thing I think about is you. Designed my first dress to impress you. Moved to New York to be near you. I have helped you pick out gifts and plan dates, and I have sat through every phone call about every girl, and I have smiled through every single one because having you in my life as a friend was better than not having you at all. But I can't do this anymore. I can't watch you marry someone else and pretend I'm happy about it. I can't stand next to you at that altar and not scream. So I'm telling you now. I love you, Elliot. I have always loved you.
Leela, my God, I don't know what to say.
Say what you feel.
You're my best friend. You're the most important person in my life outside of my family. You know that. But Lila, I've never thought of you that way. I love you, but not like that. And I'm engaged. I'm about to start a life with Serena. I can't.
I know all of that. I'm not asking you to leave her. I'm just asking you to know. I needed you to know.
We're friends, Leela. The best kind of friends. Please, let's not ruin this. We can just pretend this didn't happen and go back to how things were. Can we do that, please?
There you two are. Everyone's looking for the groom-to-be. What are we hiding out here for?
Elliot's little childhood friend just gets so emotional at parties. Isn't that sweet?
Elliot. Don't.
I should go check on her.
She just confessed her love to you at our engagement party. If you chase her right now in front of all these people, what message does that send? I'm here. I'm right here.
He said to pretend it didn't happen. 15 years, Zoe. He wants to pretend it didn't happen.
Fashion design assistant positions, Paris, France. I'm leaving New York. Don't look for me. I wish you nothing but happiness, Elliot.
You know you don't have to do this. You could stay. I can't stay, Zoe. Everything in this city smells like him. I'll go crazy. Paris is far. That's the point.
You call me every week. I don't care what time it is there.
Every week.
The number you have dialed is no longer in service.
The Henderson Gala is Friday. We should coordinate outfits.
Can't. I have a shoot in Lilam until Saturday.
Since when? That wasn't on the calendar.
It came up last minute. You know how this industry works.
You've had 4 last-minute shoots this month.
And you've had 4 late nights at the office. We're both busy people, Elliot. That's why this works. Oh, good. You found it. I've been looking everywhere.
You got an email from the Ryling group.
Oh, probably some PR outreach. They've been trying to get me your campaign. You know how these brands are. They email everyone.
How long have you been doing this?
I need to bring something to the board's attention. I have evidence that Serena Hall has been... You already know.
Sit down, Elliot.
They're the same family. Serena and Damon,
I said sit down. The board has been made aware of certain irregularities in your department's dealings with external partners. Documents bearing your signature have been flagged. We are initiating a formal investigation.
Those signatures are forged. I never authorized any of those agreements. Serena...
Your personal relationships are not the board's concern. The documents exist. Your name is on them. Until the investigation concludes, you are suspended from all duties, effective immediately.
I'm sorry, man. I just can't be associated with... You understand. No graceful way to say this, so I won't try. You were useful while you lasted. The ring doesn't fit my new life. Don't contact me.
The number you have dialed is no longer in service.
No, I said the silk organa in Midnight, not navy. They're completely different. Pull the Midnight from the Lila warehouse and get it to me by Thursday, or I'll go to Tessetti. Yes. Merci. Lila, Vogue Paris wants to confirm the feature shoot for next week. Also, the buyer from Galerie Lofa called 3 times. Tell Vogue yes, morning slot only, I need the afternoon light for the collection. And tell Galerie Lazard I'll call them back when the collection is ready, not before. Better? Lila. The New York Fashion Week Organizing Committee. They sent a formal invitation. They want you. A solo showcase. The Skylight Pavilion. 3 years. 3 years of learning how to live without you, and all it takes is 2 words on a piece of paper to make my hands shake. Are you okay? Tell the committee yes. We're going to New York.
Leela, over here! How does it feel to be back in New York?
It feels like coming home. And no, you'll have to wait for the show like everyone else. 2 interview requests already, LUS and WWD, and the hotel confirmed the penthouse suite. Take the WWD interview. L can wait. No personal engagements outside of work while we're here. No old friends, no reunions, no distractions. We're here for the show, that's it.
And in fashion news, internationally acclaimed designer Lila Chin, founder of the Wildfire label, has arrived in New York.
Leela, is there anyone in New York you're most looking forward to seeing? And it's a Queens and very Snow.
No one in particular.
The lighting needs to shift from cold blue to warm gold at the midpoint.
I'll talk to the LD. What about the seating?
Keep it intimate. I'd rather have 200 people who can't breathe than 1,000 who feel nothing.
Layla.
Elliot.
Layla,
Sophie, could you please have security escort this gentleman out of the backstage area? He doesn't have the correct credentials.
I know I don't deserve a minute of your time, but Lila, you look incredible. I know you don't want to see me. I know I have no right to be here.
Then why are you here?
because I owed you something for 3 years, and I'm not going to send it in a text. I'm sorry, not for what I said on that balcony, though God knows I'm sorry for that too. I'm sorry for every day before it, every time you looked at me and I didn't see you. Every time you showed me who you were and I was too stupid, too comfortable, too blind to notice. I'm not here to ask for anything. I just need you to know that I see it now. Everything I missed, and I'm sorry.
Thank you for the apology. You can go now.
I know you built all this without me, and I know that's exactly how it should be. I'm not here to take credit for who you became. I'm here because the person you became deserves the apology the person I was should have given years ago.
What do you mean held at customs? Those fabrics were cleared 2 weeks ago.
There's been a flag on the shipment. It could take up to 3 weeks to resolve.
I don't have 3 weeks, I have 10 days.
It gets worse. Morelli Textiles just pulled out. Their legal team says the customs flag creates unacceptable liability exposure. They're terminating the supply contract.
Morelli is providing 70% of our core fabrics.
I know.
So you're telling me that in 10 days I'm supposed to produce a full collection for the most important show of my career with 30% of my materials?
I'm telling you, we need a miracle. Or we need to pull the show.
We are not pulling the show. Get me a list of every alternative supplier on the East Coast. Every single one. I don't care if they're in a basement in New Jersey. I'll sew the damn fabric myself if I have to.
Hans? Elliot Reynolds. Yeah, I know it's late. I know what you've heard. Listen, I need a favor, not for me. Yeah. It's a designer, Lila Chen, Wildfire label. She's got a customs nightmare and she needs premium silk organum by the end of the week, the midnight series from your Zurich stock. I know it's short notice. I know what I'm asking. Consider it the last favor I'll ever call in. Thank you. Thank you, Hans.
Hello.
Ms. Chen, Eric Lindelman, Asia Pacific Director for Lindstrom Textiles. I'm calling to inform you that a complete alternative fabric package has been arranged for your collection. Silver Gaunt, Duchess Satin, and Wool Green, all premium grade. Shipment is already en route. You should have it within 48 hours.
Who arranged this?
A gentleman by the name of Elliot Rolls. He contacted our entire supply network overnight.
The Lindstrom fabrics arrived tonight. James says we can resume cutting by tomorrow morning. Also, there was a man at the front desk this morning. He left this. Tell Restoration that if Carter Reynolds contacts any member of my team or attempts to access any of our venues, he is to be politely. He did just solve our supply crisis overnight. I didn't ask him to, and I'm not going to be the woman who falls apart because some man decided to play hero after we spent a decade ignoring her. Crystal clear. Are you clear?
Not happening. Richard, I know we go back. I'm not asking for a freebie. I'm asking you to honor the original space allocation for the Wildfire show. She earned that slot. Elliot, the sponsor backed out. I'll cover the difference. You? With what? I still have some consulting income, and I have relationships in the sense I've got, Richard. That should tell you something.
You're gonna go broke doing this.
Probably.
She must be something.
She always was. I just didn't see it.
This doesn't make sense. The budget didn't change. How did we get bumped up?
Stop it. He's doing what he always does. Showing up when it's convenient, when it makes him feel like the good guy. It doesn't mean anything. It can't.
storage site is flooding. The walls are failing.
Everything is in there, all 28 looks, the runway set pieces, the lighting rigs. If we don't move it all to the main venue basement in the next 2 hours, we lose everything.
Where's the crew?
Scattered across the city. I've called everyone. Earliest anyone can get here is 45 minutes minimum.
I'm on my way.
Why? Why do you keep doing this? You had your chance to care and you threw it away. You don't get to show up now and be this person, but you're here, in the rain, and nobody asked you to be.
Oh, Elliot, you can't be serious.
You were supposed to stay down, you were supposed to disappear quietly and let the story end the way I wrote it. But instead you're crawling back to the one person who could help you rewrite it. That's not something I can allow. Darling, it's me. I need a favor. I need everything you can get me on Elliot, recent contacts, texts, emails, anything. Yes, I know that costs extra. Since when has that been a problem? Good. And I need it by tomorrow. This is time sensitive.
I have something huge. Elliot Hayes and the wildfire designer, but you didn't get it from me. You know what the best lies are, Elliot? The ones that sound exactly like something you'd do.
The RSPs are through the roof. Anna's office confirmed 3 major buyers from Asia. And the Times wants to do a backstage feature. Good. Let's make sure we give them something worth writing about. Leela, you should see this. There's more. It's on 3 different platforms already. Fashion Twitter is—
Stop! How thorough?
Leela, we don't know if this is real.
It looks real. The message patterns, the way he writes, the timestamps match when he started showing up, it all fits. Just steps in a plan.
Emil, this is Elliot Reynolds. We spoke before. I need your help again.
The same people who tried to use your name to attack Leela Chen are escalating. Yes, it's the same source. I can prove it. But I need you to go on record. I know it's a risk, because she doesn't deserve this. No one does, but especially not her.
Tell me what you need.
Leela, the story's collapsing. A journalist from Business of Flight just published a full debunk. The screenshots were faked. The accounts that posted them are connected to Ryland Group. There's a statement from the designer confirming no plagiarism. Everything about the smear, it was manufactured, all of it.
The Fashion Week committee just called. They're issuing a statement of support for Wildfire. They're calling the attack an unexplainable attempt to undermine creative integrity. This might be better for us than if the attack never happened. The sympathy wave is massive.
Leela, the debunk article mentions that the counter evidence came from an anonymous source with deep knowledge of the Ryan Group's operational methods. Every time I build a wall, you find a way through it without even knocking. You don't ask to be let in, you just stand outside and make it impossible to forget you're there. And the worst part, the absolute worst part, is that I still don't know if it's because you love me or because you can't stand being the villain of someone else's story.
I'm not going to thank you for the supply chain, or the venue, or the storm, or the article.
I didn't come here looking for a thank you.
Good. Because you already got your 3 words.
Yeah, I did. Best text I ever received.
Why did you do all of it? And don't say because I owed you or because it was the right thing to do. I want the real answer.
Because when I saw you on that TV screen in a convenience store in Queens, standing in an airport looking like you'd conquered the whole damn world, the first thing I felt wasn't pride and it wasn't jealousy, it was grief. I grieved the fact that I had the most extraordinary person alive standing right next to me for 15 years and I treated her like furniture. You were always there, so I never looked. And by the time I wanted to look, you were gone. I didn't help you to win you back. I helped you because you needed help and I was able to give it. And because spending 15 years as your friend and not noticing you is something I will regret every day for the rest of my life. I can't undo that,
but I can make sure that the next time you need someone, I'm the first person through the door, even if you never let me past the hallway.
Tell me about Queens. What happened with the job?
Serena happened. She and her brother Damon Hale were running a long game. Used my position, my access, my name. By the time I figured it out, the board already had a stack of forged documents with my signature. I was out in a day. Nobody would touch me after.
And now?
Now I do freelance consulting. Small companies, mostly. Startups that can't afford anyone better. I've got a studio apartment and a coffee maker that works about 60% of the time. The coffee maker is honestly the hardest part.
You always did make terrible coffee.
Excuse me, my coffee was legendary.
Your coffee was a war crime. I read the letter you left with Sophie, the short one from last week. Just being near you is enough. It isn't enough. Not for me. Not anymore. But I don't know what is, and I need you to give me time to figure that out. Can you do that?
I can do that.
Don't disappear on me again, Elliot. Not now.
Is it just me, or do those two act exactly like my parents before they admitted they were back together?
Focus on your hemlines, please. Full package. Send it to Lila Chen's production manager directly. I'll text you the contact, and push it to Lux Confidential, Fashion Underground, and the Cuts Tips line simultaneously. I want it everywhere before she can respond. No, not the plagiarism angle. That's burned. Use the new material. Yes, the relationship angle. Make it personal. Make it hurt.
Lila, we need to talk. Now, in private. It's on 3 platforms already. And this time it's not just screenshots, there's a document trail. It looks comprehensive.
He told me to give him time. I gave him time. He told me to trust him. I was starting to. Where is he?
Loading dock, moving the last of the lighting rigs. Hey, I think we're almost...
Explain this.
This is fake. Lila, every word of this is fabricated. This is Serena. This is exactly what she did to me at Apex. She forges documents. She creates narratives. I never wrote any of these messages. I never signed this agreement. You have to believe me.
I have to believe you?
Because it's the truth.
The time stacks on these messages correspond exactly to the days you showed up at my venue. The consulting agreement is dated the week you solved my supply chain crisis. The language in these chats matches the way you actually talk, your adjuvations, your sentence patterns. Everything lines up, Elliot, everything.
Because she knows how I talk. She lived with me for 3 years. She forged my signature so well that a corporate board couldn't tell the difference. This is what she does, Lila. She builds traps that look like truth. Please, let me prove it. Give me 48 hours and I can—
You don't get it. It doesn't matter if this is real or fake. Do you understand that? It doesn't matter.
Of course it matters.
No, it doesn't. Because the fact that I can't tell, the fact that I look at this evidence and I genuinely cannot determine whether the man standing in front of me is real or performing, that tells me everything I need to know. About us, about what we are, about what we've always been. 3 years ago, you stood on a balcony and told me to pretend my feelings didn't exist. And I flew across an ocean to survive it. I rebuilt myself from nothing. I made something beautiful out of the worst night of my life. And then you walked back into it and I let you. Inch by inch, I let you back in. Because some stupid, stubborn part of me still believed that underneath everything, you were the boy on the bench who gave me a bracelet and said, never, ever. You will always do this, Elliot. You will always only know what you had after you've lost it, and you will always show up just in time to make me believe things could be different. But they're not. They never were, and I am so tired of being the person who waits for you to see what's right in front of you. Don't come to the show. Don't call. Don't help. Just let me go. For real this time.
Hey, it's Elliot. I need to book a flight to Paris, one way, tonight if possible. Yeah, I know it's expensive. Put it on the business account. No, I'm not sure when I'll be back. Whatever it takes.
The police think it's industrial sabotage. Target is professional. They found traces that link to a private security firm under contract with Rylan Group. The show is in 2 weeks. Lila, there's no way we can rebuild all of this.
The Chamber is asking for a formal decision by end of day. If we're withdrawing, they need to reallocate the slot. They're sympathetic, but they have other designers waiting for exactly this kind of opening.
How much of the collection is salvageable?
Maybe 6 pieces out of 28.
How long to rebuild from scratch?
With our current resources, 8 weeks minimum. We have 12 days.
Lila, no one would blame you for pulling out. You can regroup. Show next season. If I pull out, they win. Whoever did this, Rylan, Serena, all of them, they win. And the next designer they don't like, they'll do the same thing because they'll know it works. I'm not pulling out.
Then we need a miracle. We need materials, we need additional seamstress, we need a production pipeline that doesn't exist.
Then we build one.
I
I don't doing to myself from Braxel. Then we build one.
I can't do this alone.
There's someone here. He says he has a delivery, but he won't give it to anyone except you.
Premium silk organda, wool crepe, Duchess satin, structural netting, enough for a full collection. 3 industrial sewing machines, a contact list of freelance couture seamstress based in Paris, all confirmed available, 38 looks in 11 mornings. And a complete rush delivery on 6 embellishments from 2 suppliers in Milan. They'll be here in 48 hours. The logistics company handling transport of the venue has been briefed and is on standby.
How did you pay for all of this?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Lila. What matters is that you have 11 days and you have everything you need. I'm gonna go now. The seamstress will report here at 7 a.m. Sophie has their contact information. This is for you. Read it whenever, or don't.
Wake the team. We start tonight.
Sophie, c'est moi, ça fait là.
Day 7. Day 9? He gave me everything. Not to win me back. Not to prove a point. He gave me everything because I needed it, and because he had it to give, and because that's who he is when he's not pretending to be someone else. He emptied his life to fill mine, and he didn't even stay to watch. I spent 3 years becoming someone who didn't need Elliot Reynolds, and I did it. I don't need him. I've never needed him. But tonight, sitting in this room that he helped save, surrounded by work that only exists because he threw himself into the fire for me, I finally understand the difference between needing someone and choosing them.
I didn't do this so you'd love me. I did this because you taught me what it means to love someone even if they never love you back. Go set the world on fire, Leela. That's what you were always meant to do. See.
"5 minutes to doors. House is packed, standing room only. Lila, everyone is here."
Then let's give them something they'll never forget.
Extraordinary.
spent the first half of my life with you right beside me, and I never once looked. I was so busy chasing things that shine that I missed the person who was the light. You don't need me to tell you you're extraordinary. The whole world already knows. You built an empire out of heartbreak and turned everything I destroyed into something beautiful. I'm standing here because I spent half my life not seeing what was right in front of me, and I want to spend the other half making sure you never doubt, not for 1 second, that you are the most seen, most known, most loved person in any room you walk into. I was your best friend, and I failed at it. Let me try again. Not as your buddy.
3 weeks later, the court is now in session. Serena, you are charged with commercial fraud and sabotage. The evidence is overwhelming.
Miss Chan, following the unprecedented success of your show and the revelations about the sabotage campaign, can you comment on the future of Wildfire?
Wildfire will continue to do what it's always done, create beauty out of adversity. And I'm pleased to announce that we'll be expanding our operations with a new strategic partner. Wildfire has entered into a long-term marketing and brand strategy partnership with Restart Sports Marketing. Their founder has demonstrated a level of integrity, resourcefulness, and commitment that aligns perfectly with our values. The founder of Restart, that's Elliot Reynolds, correct? There were allegations. Elliot Reynolds was the victim of the same fraud operation that targeted my brand. Those allegations have been thoroughly rebuffed, and the perpetrators are facing criminal charges. Any further questions about Mr. Reynolds' character can be directed to his work, which speaks for itself. Remember when you told me that tree was ugly?
I was 7. I didn't know anything.
And now?
Now I think it's the most beautiful tree I've ever seen, because it's still here, after everything. Still growing crooked.
Did you seriously?
Nora Bennett still would have given me an F. Never, ever.
No, when you said that the first time, I believed you. I was 7, and I believed you completely.
Now?
Now I'm 27, and I still believe you.